Fox News is reporting some breaking news this morning that Roger Ailes has died. We don't have a lot of details about this. Drudge broke it not so long ago, but Roger Ailes dead at the age of 77. And Chris Matthews, I said several years ago in an interview about Ailes, and I say it still, that if you want to look at the two people that impacted American culture and politics over the past 20 years, you would look at Steve Jobs and Roger Ailes.
Yeah,
because
I was going to, this is always happens. I was going to call him the other day to wish him well. I know he's done bad things. He's been through bad things, but he got me started in cable television back when he was running, of course, CNBC and America's Talking, and I met him by the thing, It's an amazing thing. I mean, I think the reason he succeeded with Fox in the beginning is he's the kind of guy that would watch Fox. I mean, that's one, like sports fans, they know that they root for the team because they love it. He rooted for his network because that's what he wanted to watch. And I think that was his strength, like it or not.
Chris and I first met Roger Ailes. I was right out of school in 1968 in Philadelphia. He was the producer of the Mike Douglas Show in the same building where the NBC affiliate was. So I would see him all the time. And after that is when he first hooked up with Richard Nixon and did that 72 campaign. Yeah. And he was dynamic. And I mean, you're absolutely right. When you think, as you do off the top of your head, your gut is so right about Steve Jobs, Roger Ailes. He transformed American politics and American media. He
was also, and you two know this because you've known him for a very long time, regardless of the dark sides of his character, I can tell you, and I'm sure you guys have stories, fiercely loyal. That's true. Roger Ailes was fiercely loyal and would fight for you even if you didn't work for his company. He certainly was to both Mika and me, and he was tough and fierce. We didn't even work for him. But also...
he started with the Nixon thing in 19... excuse me, Joe, but in 1968, The Song of the President by Joe McGinnis, that fabulous book that came out, and it celebrated Ailes. And, Ailes is the guy that Nixon found, He said television is not a gimmick. Television is real. You've got to learn it. And Nixon, this guy's got something.
And he set up those town hall meetings for Nixon, which were completely manufactured.
Right.
And
we're getting into that territory again, aren't we? That stuff,
yes.
Reality TV.
Matthew, we've heard, of course, an awful lot about the bad side of Roger Ailes. One of the first things I read about him before I even knew him was when he was doing America's Talking and when he was working at what would become this network eventually. Roger Ailes was the guy that after the show was over wouldn't go up to the hosts and pat him on the back and say, "Are you doing okay?" He'd go up to the cameraman, say, "Thank you." He'd go to the makeup room, say, "Thank you all so much." He would talk to the janitors walking, "Thank you, you're doing a great job." Roger Ailes, again, you said he's the guy who would watch Fox News, but at least in all the stories I heard about him, certainly in those early days, those were the people that he talked to and thanked.